me, Sasha and Brighton. Welcome to episode 4 of the 2025 season of You Call That Targeting. We got a lot to recap from last week. I'm here with my co-host, Mike Roach Burns and Earl Maynard. We're here in the beautiful Truck Burn Studio in Lickskillet, Alabama. My gosh, thanks to Truck Burns for all that you absolutely do. Let's get on with the recap, starting with the NFL game, the Vikings at the Bears. Me and Earl picked the Vikings. Mike, like nothing but pure garbage, picked the Bears, and the Vikings came back and won that game 27-24. Then we had Iowa and Iowa State for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. And me and Earl again teamed up against Mike, and nothing but pure garbage. Mike loses again. 16-13, Iowa State gets that win. And then me and Earl teamed up once again. My gosh, me and Earl were on a roll. We picked Ole Miss. I don't know why Mike thought Kentucky had a chance to win this game. Ole Miss wins 30-23. But then Mike finally got one right when he picked Vanderbilt to beat Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, my goodness, they were up 20-10 at halftime and then got their nipples blown back 44-20. Vanderbilt ended up winning that game. And in the game of the week, I messed that. I was like, anyways, in the game of the week, Michigan at Oklahoma. And me and Mike, for some dumb idiot reason, picked Michigan. And Oklahoma ended up winning that game 24-13, so Earl got that one right. So we go to the points, and Earl called it last week. He said that he was going to be in the lead of the points this next week, and my goodness, he scored 8 points this week. He has 11. I scored 5 points. I have 10. And Mike only got 1 point. My gosh, he's host of the year, and he can't even, my goodness, he can't even pick games. Nothing but pure garbage. Mike is nothing but an absolute idiot. Anyways, let's give away some awards. Starting with my team of the week, I'm going to give it to the absolute Vanderbilt Absolute Commodores. My gosh. I mean, I didn't have much faith in them. But look at them. They beat Virginia Tech on the road 44-20. Just had an incredible second half. And honestly, I think Vanderbilt is going to win some absolute football games this year. Their quarterback, I'm telling you, he's feisty, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I don't think that was the word I was looking for, but that's what came out first, and that's what I'm going to stick with. So yeah, he's a feisty quarterback. I got to give them the team of the week, so congratulations to Vanderbilt on being the absolute team of the week. Now let's talk some trash. My goodness, we got a good bit of absolute garbage. Starting with Oklahoma State, lost to Oregon, and I get Oregon's a great team, but they lost 69-3, and they gave up over 600 yards of offense to Oregon. Nothing but a pure garbage defense. Oklahoma State, you're trash. Next trash team, welcome in Kent State Golden Flashes. I knew that they were going to suck nipples this year. And they did win their first game against like St. Francis or some kind of garbage team. But Kent State loses 62-14 to Texas Tech. Let's get used to that, guys. I think Kent State's going to lose a lot of games. Next trash team, Kansas State. My gosh, I mean, they went from being ranked to losing to Iowa State. And then they played North Dakota like nothing but pure garbage. And then they lose this week to Army. Army lost to Tarleton State. And Army ends up beating Kansas State at home 24-21. Kansas State sucks. Absolute nipples. Speaking of sucking nipples, Arizona State. Ranked 12th. They go to Mississippi State, who we predicted to be trash this year. We predicted Mississippi State to be nothing but pure garbage and win maybe 3 games. And Mississippi State beats them 24-20. So Arizona State's nothing but pure garbage. Next trash team, Clemson Tigers. They were struggling with Troy. Troy was winning this game for like the whole first half. they finally, took the lead in the second half. They ended up scoring 17 points in the third quarter that helped them with this victory. But they had 3 points against Troy in the first half. Nothing but pure garbage. But Clemson does win that game 27-16. But they're still garbage. But now, it's time for my absolute trash team of the week. My absolute trash team of the week goes to the Florida flipping Gators. My gosh! How in the world can you lose to South Florida? Florida has one of the toughest schedules. If you've looked at it, my gosh, they have a daggum schedule. And they're probably going to easily lose their next 5 games. They needed to win this game. But my goodness, I don't expect them to be competitive against LSU. I think they're nothing but absolute pure garbage. Billy Napier will get fired this year. That was a wet one. Let me swallow those chunks. But Billy Napier will get fired before the season's over with. He is nothing but pure garbage. Florida is nothing but pure trash. But hey, speaking of trash, let's answer some questions. Starting with, Grandma has a 5 o'clock shadow. He has or I guess it's a he, who knows. The question is, Sasha, do you plan on covering NASCAR again this year? And do you think the top leading NASCAR drivers would still be as good as they are if they drove go-karts against one another? So we haven't been covering NASCAR. I mean, the thing is, I don't know. I mean, I want to stick with what people want to listen to, and I just feel like nobody's as cool as me and Mike and Earl, and they don't like NASCAR. I think it's pure garbage that a lot of people don't give NASCAR a chance, think it's boring with just cars driving around in a circle. But it's absolutely awesome sport, and we're in the playoffs now. This week we got Bristol, which I hate that it's on Saturday night. That's nothing but pure garbage. Because I want to watch college football, and so I'm going to have to watch college football and NASCAR at the same time, which is just pure trash. But anyways, it's a cutoff race. There's going to be 4 people eliminated from the playoffs, and it's just going to be an awesome race. And I wish people could experience that. NASCAR is a lot of fun, but I don't know if we'll cover much. We'll probably do, there's a chance we do a live post-race from Talladega coming up in October, because me and the gang are probably going to go there and hang out in Daya. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I only cover what I think people want to hear. So maybe I should cover things about your mom. Anyways, next question is I Kick Kittens 89 with another question. It says, Sasha, I enjoy your podcast, but I think you give Kayla Williams way too much grief. Painting fingernails can be very cute. If you were to paint yours, what color would they be? Also, if Colorado versed Florida State in the national championship by some weird event, and you had to pick a winner, who would it be? So there's no way around it. Guys shouldn't paint their fingernails. I mean, it's just, and you're telling me if I had to paint them, what color would I pick? I'd probably pick black and just claim that I'm emo. That would only be the only way. My grammar's not very strong, but that's the only way that I'm going to do that. But it's not going to happen. I'm not going to paint my fingernails. You're nothing but pure garbage for even thinking it's cute. But the second half of your question, first of all, Colorado and Florida State, the chances of those two making the national championship, my goodness, I would sew both my feet together if they played the national championship. Nothing but pure garbage. And I guess I would have to cheer for Colorado because my hatred for Florida State is stronger than really any hatred outside my grandpa Frank and my stepson. Florida State's up there. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to pick Colorado, but I'm going to hate every second of it. So nothing but pure garbage question. Next question is from Meemaw Margaret. It says, hi, if I recall, you said UNLV would be terrible with Dan Mullen, but they're 3-0. I guess you stink like 9-day-old beef. Well, Margaret, my gosh, what an idiot. They still got plenty of season left. And yeah, I did say a few weeks ago that they would win 3 games. I'm probably wrong on that, but they're still garbage. Dan Mullen's an idiot. They're going to end up no discipline or something. They're going to end up losing a game because there's nothing but pure garbage. So UNLV sucks pure nipples. And they're going to continue to suck, or not continue, but they will start to develop suckness at some point in this season. So, meanwhile, Margaret, nothing but pure garbage question. Oh my gosh, here we go. Question from Cube Water Research Team. It says, "Hi Sasha, us members of the CWRT have made incredible findings in our research. We have found a cave located a few miles north of Greenland that may contain the elements needed to cubify water. We are so close to this huge discovery, and also we have done some football research and have discovered that Notre Dame sucks cube-shaped nipples." My gosh, what a bunch of idiots chasing cubed water like nothing but pure garbage, and then they're going to say Notre Dame sucks. Well, you're going to find out that Notre Dame doesn't suck when we beat the absolute nipples off of Texas A&M this week. I hate the Cube Water Research Team. They're nothing but a waste of just resources. My gosh, give it up, you bunch of idiots. You'll never find Cube Water, and if you do, I hope it like explodes or something and your whole boat goes to the bottom of the ocean or whatever you even search for Cube Water on. I don't even know if you use a boat or a submarine. I don't even know how you even try to find Cube Water. But my goodness, bunch of idiots. Anyways, let's move on to week 3 picks. Alright, starting with our NFL game. There was actually 2 Monday Night Football games, but we're going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Houston, 6 o'clock Monday night. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm going to go with the Houston Texans at home. They're a slight favorite, and I think C.J. Stroud is going to get it done.
I'm going to team up with Sasha again because we had great success this last week, and Mike pretty much sucked, and I like the Buccaneers. I'm going to go with them on the road.
Next game, we have Vanderbilt, South Carolina. I mean, I like what I saw from Vanderbilt this last week, but it's at South Carolina. That crowd's going to be absolutely nuts. Give me South Carolina to beat the nipples off of Vanderbilt.
I'm going to go with the home team here. I think South Carolina's pretty strong. I think they got one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC, and that crowd will be crazy, so give me the Gamecocks.
I'm pretty sure Franny said something close to that last night. But anyways, I'll go with Vanderbilt. I think they pull the upset, and I think maybe they end up in the top 25 after this win.
Next game, man, this means a lot to me. My precious Notre Dame plays number 16 Texas A&M. I'm so sick of people already doubting us because we lost to a good Miami team. We are going to go out there in front of our home crowd and blow the absolute tits off of Texas A&M. I cannot wait to do this show next week and talk about how great Notre Dame is and rub it in all your absolute garbage faces.
Well, I'm going to rub it in your face when Texas A&M goes into Notre Dame and wins this game. I'm picking them. I just think Notre Dame, something's telling me they're going to start out 0-2 and they're going to be in trouble to make the college football playoff early.
You suck, Mike. My gosh, how in the world can you even make that pick? Nothing but pure garbage. This is why you sucked last week and only got 1 pick right. You piece of garbage. My gosh.
I mean, you're going to find out. I mean, you'll see. I think Texas A&M's a tougher team. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think it's garbage.
It is a garbage pick, Sasha. Mike's nothing but an idiot. If he's going to go against Notre Dame at home in front of Touchdown Jesus, I think Notre Dame turns it around. They're coming off the bye week. I think Notre Dame wins this game. I think they win it actually pretty easy. I think it's going to be a double-digit win.
Now we're talking. Thank you, Earl, for that great pick. That's why you make the big bucks here, and I'm going to get you some extra beef jerky. Now it's time for a game of the week. Number 6 Georgia versus number 15 Tennessee. This is at Tennessee. Both teams are 2-0. Truck Burns AI predictor has the offense for Georgia with an A- and an A+ defense. They're not giving Tennessee much credit with a B+ offense and a B- defense. And they're given the chance to win this game. The high so far, Georgia's 77%. So they're not giving Tennessee much of a chance at all. And the score prediction, 31-21. This game is at 2:30 on Saturday. I'm looking forward to this game. Good SEC ball. And I'm going to go against the predictor. Yes, you heard me right. I don't care if it says 77%. Tennessee, they haven't been able to do it before, but somehow, some way, they're going to find a way to beat Georgia at home.
And y'all want to say that I make garbage picks? That is absolutely terrible. There's no way I'm going against the predictor. 77%, there's a reason it's that high. Georgia just wins these football games. I'm going to go with Georgia.
Yeah, that's a good pick, Mike. It's shocking that you actually made a good pick. This game's going to be close, I have a feeling. I think it's going to be as close as a split nipple hair. But, Tennessee, I think, is going to start out good. I think they're going to have the crowd going. But I think Tennessee will end up making some mistakes, and they'll make more mistakes than Georgia. I think Georgia's going to play smarter football. I think they're going to get the win. Go Bulldogs.
All right, we will see. Should be an awesome week of football. Like I said, I'm going to try to watch as much as I can. I hate that it's the same night as NASCAR playoffs. Absolutely ticks my beans. But anyways, we'll see you next week.